Hi, I'm Beth, and your daily lunch special today is this quick all-standing yoga class. Now, you can do this during lunchtime, you can do this during a coffee break, you can do this anytime where you want to do a short, all-standing practice to help give yourself a little burst of energy during your day. You don't need a yoga mat. You can kick off your shoes, step away from your desk or chair, and start by finding a firm standing position. Firm just means your feet are strongly rooted to the ground. They're approximately parallel, approximately hip width apart. And we'll start by taking a cactus or goalpost arms. So as you take this position of your arms, notice already you're creating some space across your front body, across your chest. Start to breathe into that space on your inhales, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose if that feels comfortable for you. And then start to draw your elbows a little further back as you draw your shoulder blades more together on your back. This isn't a huge movement. I'll turn to the side. See just a little bit of a motion of my elbows pulling back, my shoulder blades pulling back. As you continue to widen front, lift your collarbones, your sternum a little toward the sky. Look up a little bit. This is a baby back bend, really just localized to your upper back, not in your lower back. Continue to breathe and expand. And then you can exhale, let that go. Rest your arms for a moment. Stay with our firm stance. We'll take the arms right back up to that same position. And now we're going to twist. So take a breath in center. And as you exhale, I'll mirror you. Twist to your right. Inhale back to center. Exhale to your left. And continue. Inhaling in the center. Exhaling to the side. Continuing in and out through your nose if that feels good. Notice how as I'm twisting, my lower body is staying firm and rooted. And this twist is happening from my belly button up through my rib cage, my thoracic spine, and then up through my upper back. Continuing with that slight drawing of the shoulder blades together. And then as you continue here, you might want to take an inhale in center, breathe out through the mouth on your exhale. So something like inhale, out, inhale, out. And notice I'm speeding it up a little bit like an agitator or a washing machine. You can start to go a little faster if you can still coordinate with your breath and this feels comfortable for your body. You can lower the arms if they're getting tired, that's fine. A few more times like this, continuing this twisting, this little gentle rigging out of your spine. And then next time center, stay in center, release your arms. Take a moment to notice whether there's starting to be any shift in energy change in your body. Do you feel any tingling anywhere? And then from this position, we're going to cross one foot in front of the other. So you might take your right foot, cross it in front of the left, a little gentle cross if that's comfortable for you. They can stay further apart this way, or the cross is not a necessary element. You don't have to add it. I'm going to do a lateral side stretch this time. So raise your right arm and first breathe into the side as if you're trying to create a taller line on that side of your body. Your left hand can stay resting on the outside of your leg. If you have a desk here, you can rest your hand on the top of the desk. That's fine too. And then in your next breath, start to lean over toward your left, but focus on the length in the right side. So you don't have to go far. Again, you can rest your hand on a chair or a desk if there happens to be one there. Feel as if you're pushing into the floor with both feet, especially your front foot, and feeling that energy move up across or along the side part of your leg, that outer seam of your pants, across your side waist, again, your rib cage, the little intercostal muscles, all the way up through your armpit. And as I'm doing, you can kind of encourage that stretch with your opposite hand. One more breath here. And then next breath in, reach up tall again first. Come back down and we'll switch. So switch so your left leg is crossed in front, if that wasn't the leg you did first. Find a stance that feels pretty firm. You might feel a little more wobbly, and so we're also engaging our mind to help us balance a little bit here. That's a good thing too. Reach up with your left arm, tall, tall, tall first, as tall as you can. So press into both feet, reach up a little bit more, and then reach over to the side. And your bottom hand can rest on something. It can reach down toward the ground. We want to keep this side long too, even though this side is being a little more crunched. We want to get so much length in the left that the right side stays a bit long too. All right, one more breath, side body, lateral stretch. And then exhale, come back up, uncross your legs. Find a stance, a place where you're standing that feels comfortable again. This time we're going to do a chair pose position. A chair pose is like a squat. We're not going all the way down to the ground. It's as if we're going to sit back in a chair. If your chair is there, you can use that to imagine. So the knees stay behind the toes. They don't come way out. They might come a little bit out. The upper part of the sternum, that part that we opened up in our cactus arms, stays wide, so we're not hunched or folded over. And your chair can be a bar stool, it can be lower, whatever feels right to you. So that was a little demo. Let's get into it. Find your feet, your secure position of your feet. You could be a big wide armchair as well. Let's keep the hands on the hips to start and encourage with your hands lightly on your hips to sink your bottom back, to move toward the back of the room. A hinge here at your hips. And if you found as you went down, you wound up like this, that's normal. You started hunching over. Draw your shoulder blades a little bit more on your back. Lift your chest a little bit more up so that you can see me, back of the neck long and aligned with the spine. And from here, let's take our arms out to a T shape. And then breathe arms into center. So we're going to take the arms a little bit side to side here. Open up your right arm to the side. So now your arms form like a 90 degree. And then breathe in to the front. Left arm to the side. And breathe into the front. And then last element, we're going to follow the second arm. So breathe in, reach out to the side, follow it with your other arm. Breathe back toward the front, follow with your other arm. So if you're matching the breath to this, it might be inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And you notice my hands don't touch. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. That same kind of twisting motion that we did standing, but now we're asking our lower body to do a little more effort here. Don't go further than is comfortable for your back. So if only going here, that's plenty. Again, this is just a little bit of wake up, refresh movement, trying to coordinate the breath with movement. And if I get off the beat, that's totally fine because it's yoga and it's just about moving our bodies and feeling in our bodies. Last time, reach to me. Let's reach the arms up. Breathe in, breathe up tall. Exhale and release the arms. It feels good to stand up, right? Okay, a little bit of balance and then one more gentle part to finish. Find your feet firmly planted first. That's always our basic as we find our firm stance. We're going to do a knee lift, just a little balance on one foot. So plant your right foot, start to unweight the heel of your left, and simply, and I say simple, doesn't mean it's easy, lift your knee. Now, this carpet that I'm on is pretty flat. If you're on cushy carpet, that's going to make this even more challenging. If you're on a floor, that you might find this a little easier. It's fine to touch down at any point. Just try to hold for a moment. And then step back down, re-engage. So now your left foot comes to form a rooted foot. I already unlifted or unweighted the heel of my right and lift the right. And try to do this without too much leaning to the side. There might be wiggling and waggling, and that's totally fine. We're trying to take the moment to refine our balance when we lift. And then take that leg down. Back to the first leg, lift the knee up, and this time lift the opposite arm. So we're asking your body to coordinate a little bit more. Step back down, and then back to the other side. Breathe in, lift up. Exhale and release, or breathe in whatever pattern feels good to you. And we'll continue these marches, but this time we'll definitely keep them slow. So as you come up, you're going to hold for a beat, and then set yourself back down. And then up to the other side, and I had to touch down there. Again, totally fine to rebalance yourself. Set yourself back down. So your pace might be different from mine. Go at your own pace. See if you can take a hover moment when you get the knee up. Hover moment when you get the knee up. You definitely might notice that one side feels more challenging. The other side maybe doesn't feel easy, but a little bit more doable, a little less shaky. We use our body differently on different sides. You might surprisingly feel your heart rate start to rise a little bit, your breath a little bit heavier. Just tune into that breath and see about how you can allow the breath to guide this movement for you. We'll do a few more each side. It's okay if it feels a little bit more challenging than you thought. We're just getting some movement into our body, a little bit of a refresher. Last time on this side or whichever side you're on, set the feet down. Okay, we'll take the feet wider apart this time, and wider somewhere wider than your hips. It might be a little wider, it might be a lot wider. You'll be able to adjust that to your body. You can turn your knees out a little bit too so that they face the toes. And knees can be soft. They don't have, mine are straight, but they're not locked straight. They can have a little softness to them. Take your fingers, interlace them in front of you, and lift them over the head. We're going to do a full body roll. We're going to come to one side, so we'll start on your right side with a little knee bend, roll all the way down, around, and back up. Taking that hinge from the hip crease, so not as much rounding the upper back, but really hinging like a door from the hip crease. So you can either watch first or you can follow along with me. Reach up with your fingers, and then breathe and come down to the side, bending that knee, hang through center, bend the opposite knee, circle all the way back around and come up. So it's like a big circle around your body. Down to one side, hands come toward the ground, probably not going to touch, up and around. So bending, hinging at the hip crease, bending the other knee up and around, and let's do one more, that'll be 4. Bending, hinging, and then up and around. Now take your hands down, don't release the interlace. You can see I have one finger stop on top here. I'm going to change my interlace so that the other finger's on top. For most of us, this is the weird way because we tend to go the default way. Push your hands away from you again, up and overhead, and we'll go the other way. So to your left, bend your knee, down and around 1. Breathing however feels naturally as you do this. 2 more. And one last one. Down, big clock face or big circle, up, breathe up, exhale down. All right, we're just about finished. We're just going to finish with a little gentle, mindful breathing. Take your feet in closer. They may not be as close as you started, maybe just a little bit wider than hip width. Take your arms out to the side. And again, we're going to do a little turning motion, but we're going to keep it really gentle. Breathe in and then start a little swing from side to side. Letting your arms pretty much hang from your shoulder girdle. And just kind of swing around your body as you do this. You can think of it as if you were standing maybe in a pool of water and the tips of your fingers are skimming the water or the ocean, whatever visual is helpful for you. And then you can slow this down even more. Maybe you're not in water, maybe you're in molasses or syrup. Just moving really slow. Feeling still that you're breathing, you're moving. Maybe noticing a little refresh of energy from this short practice. And then slowing this down even further. Starting to come back through center. With your hands by your sides. Let's take 3 mindful breaths. As you breathe in, follow the air in through your nose. Notice the air coming through your body. And as you breathe out, take the reverse. Notice the air leave your body until it empties. Breathe in. Maybe you feel the energy going down to your feet, rooting you into the ground. And as you exhale, stay rooted as you release and let go of all of that air. And then one more. Breathe in. Maybe it's slower this time as you feel the air slowly come through your body, penetrate, enlarge, draw oxygen into your body, your blood. And as you exhale, release. Sigh it out. Let go. That was your short lunch break daily practice for today. If you need something longer, try one of my longer practices. I have plenty up here. If you want to break for meditation for lunch, try that too. Thank you so much for joining me. It's great to be here. I hope to see you again.